Dear viewer, we wish you a pleasant journey through this thread of answers. What is something you enjoyed as a kid, but hate as an adult? Receiving a letter. Now it's just bill/taxes/trash. Receiving mail as a child was exciting. On the contrary, today I spent an hour going through a stack of mail that I let pile up, and shredding about 98% of it. Actually, I now look forward to getting my mail again. The secret is having it delivered by our 3.5-yo granddog Enter. She/oves delivering mail. Mostly it's stuff like Costco flyers, but she literally skips down the path to my office with the mail held high. She peeks through the door and says, "Mail," and then giggles. Unfortunately, I may have to report her to the USPS Inspector General because sometimes she delivers it to our cat Daisy, who mostly just sleeps on the chair on my office desk. Jumping down 3 to 4 steps at a time. My knees won't put up with that nonsense now. Holy poop, I used to jump entire flights of stairs for craps and giggles in high school. Do it again. Recapture old glory. More like rupture old glory. Thinking about the future. When I was a kid I imagined in the future, I'd be rich and do crazy science stuff like turning the sky green. I thought I'd have a cool job and sports cars and a mansion in Beverly Hills, thanks Weezer. Now when I think about the future, I wonder what the hell to do if I lose my job, about my parents getting old and to a lesser degree, will I have enough saved to live off in retirement? There's a quote by Marina Keegan that just breaks my heart. "I miss dreaming forwards," Anna said. What? I dream backwards now. You won't believe how backwards you'll dream someday. Never understood what she meant when I was a kid. Now that I understand, I wish I didn't. Getting older. I'm getting too old for this poop. Diplomatic immunity. It's just been revoked. Staying up all night. As a kid, it was a badge of honor staying up all night long. Going to bed after the sunrise now means that I've worked too much. Sleeping really late as well. As an adult, sleeping late makes me feel like I've wasted a whole day off. Good old times, where you slept from 6 p.m. to 7 a.m. Being in bed at 7 p.m. as a kid, sunlight still shining through the curtains and reading a book till 9 or 10 p.m. Having no job. I still like having no job, what I don't like is having no money. At the end of the day all I want to do is sleep, eat, maybe read a nice book. I have never wanted to be super rich or successful or anything. I don't even want kids. Are you me? This is what I want. Going to the mall. I used to like browsing stores, but now I just want to get what I need and go. Part of it is the mall's fault for me. When I was younger the mall was a bit more varied. You had your toy store, your game store, your arcade, Sharper Image, Discovery store, candy store, etc. Now I go to the mall and it's the food court and endless apparel stores. All the more interesting stores have been pushed out of business. Right. You'll remember when you had interesting kiosks with diverse random merchandise. Now it is just a couple of custom t-shirt makers and 20 kiosks selling Chinese knockoff consoles. Spinning in a circle until I'm so dizzy I fall down. Super fun as a child. Great way to feel terrible and possibly get a concussion now. Plus swing sets. For me, I was swinging yesterday at the park. With my kids tried to slow the swing down and ended up spraining my ankle resulting in a doctor's visits and x-rays. Lol. Christmas. As a kid it was time off school, presents, and seeing my family. As an adult I'm lucky if I get both days off. I stress about finding the right gift for everyone, and I have to see my family. My family will draw names after Thanksgiving dinner so you only have to buy a gift for one person. This is what we do. It's made things exceptionally easier. Moving house. I loved packing, choosing a new room, exploring a new neighborhood. I'd moved 20 times by the time I turned 18. I'm moving out of my first flat now, and it is the worst. Mum never warned me about the billion calls and contracts and credit scores and references and moving companies and just the general stress of moving out. I hate it. It's the worst. 20 times. Why? Mom had to move a lot because of her job. Mix that in with the fact she gets antsy and wants to move every 6 months and the number just kept going up. I've stayed in my current flat for 2 years and that's the longest I've ever stayed in one place. Being outside when it's cold. When I was little, I could play outside in the snow for hours and not even be the faintest bit of cold. Now I can't even stand being outside during winter for a few minutes. Young children have a high % of brown fat which burns hyper quickly, allowing the body to warm itself extremely efficiently in response to cold, more similar to wild animals. Adults have very little brown fat. Homo sapien adults are geared for low amounts of slow-burning yellow fat for sustained energy. This gives babies, who would otherwise be very vulnerable in the winter, a tremendous survival leg up. Can you grow brown fat? I'm sick of my stupid slow-burning yellow fat. Vienna sausages. My brother and I used to wrestle and fight over who would get the last can. Hadn't had them in ages and was telling my kid about them, so I thought I'd get a can for old time's sake. Could not even choke them down. They are so gross to me now. Are you me? I used to love them, boasted them to my kid and bought a can. Ew. Even my son didn't like them and he'll eat anything. Gave them to my dog and no lie, she threw them up. Lol. I feel like sadness. I touched a core happy memory and ducked it up. Certain 80s sitcoms. Tried watching the original Full House again and just couldn't get past 10 minutes of it. Pretty much anything with a laugh track is really hard for me to watch now. I had not watched Flintstones in decades and it came on, and it has a freaking laugh track. That can't be right, looks it up. Staying home on a sick day. As a kid it was a huge victory, got to stay in bed all day, watch TV, and having a parent tend to your every need. Then as an adult you're just thinking about the work you're gonna have to make up for and how you hope you don't need to go to a doctor. At my school you have to make up the work so it's no longer fun. Yeah, but that was a problem for tomorrow me to deal with. Today me got a day off. Most of the movies I liked when I was a kid don't hold up as an adult. I've stopped revisiting them so I don't spoil the good memories. Blank check just made me an adult. That kid was an entitled prick. Also, that mansion costing $300,000 is depressing now. Lunchables. I always told my parents to get me some after seeing the commercials. Looking at it now, who TF actually thinks this is a decent lunch? It's an overpriced box of cheese and crackers and a Capri Sun. My dad once came home with a brick of cheese, a container of deli ham, and a box of Ritz and told me I could make my own damn Lunchables. Homemade Lunchables are best Lunchables. Yeah, we call it charcuterie. Going outside during the summer. Frick the heat, duck bugs, duck humidity, duck bugs, duck hot donkey wind, duck bugs, duck direct skin burning sunlight with hot butt wind, and duck bugs. Summer in general. I loved it as a kid because it meant no school. Now it just means sweaty swamp butt 24/7. Roller coasters. While I never liked the big ones, I like the small ones okay. But being almost 40 and riding them makes me feel like I might die afterwards. Around age 30, they suddenly made me nauseous. I enjoy them, but feeling pukey for the rest of the day isn't worth it. I can relate though it happened to me a little earlier, in my mid-20s. Last time I went to an amusement park I took some Dramamine in the parking lot to see if it helped. It did help a fair bit though I still had to take breaks between coasters. Sadly, the holiday season. I now see why my parents seemed exasperated when I complained when decorations weren't up post-Thanksgiving or why they seemed so much more stressed than I ever even considered being. School would end, I would get to chill and it was the holidays and was so magical. Now I get it. With a job that doesn't stop for the holidays, it sneaks up on you and you barely get time as an adult to process all the activities before it's like December 23rd and it's all flown by. I can never seem to find time to do my Christmas shopping or decorating. The holidays completely stress me out now and as a kid I thought it was the best time of the year. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.